Before this Yuka and Dabura fight, I had to make one more video because if she pops out Mahoraga, I gotta be more on record about this. And we already talked about it a little bit in a previous video, but I've been thinking a lot about Yuji, as you guys know. So I had a new thought about what could happen in this fight and would serve as a cool parallel. So essentially, we've got the fight of the century coming up, right? The trial by combat to determine who gets their way in this human-Samorian conflict. We've got Dabura, the man who can't be classified by the normal grading system and is considered a walking calamity. And we have Yuka Okotsu, okay? She wasn't humanity's first choice. They wanted Yuji, but they can't find him, but they're settling for her. And it's not like, okay, she volunteered, let's let her sacrifice herself, right? No, it was portrayed as, well, we can't find Yuji, but at least we have some glimmer of hope in Yuka. Now, why would they think she even has a random chance in hell of beating this beast? Now, like I mentioned in that previous video that I made this image for, maybe it's because she's unlocked Rika from Yuta's ring, and the higher-ups are like, you know what, we've got nothing else to offer, maybe Rika can give Dabura a run for his money. And maybe, right? But also, what if she actually does have the 10 shadows, which is something we've talked about for a while, even dating back to chapter 1 when we first saw her technique. It could have been a new interpretation of the divine dogs, right? And if she has it, then she has Mahoraga. If she's got the divine general, then it makes sense why that girl on the higher ups would think that, you know what, she's at least got some chance, because Dabura's not going to understand how Mahoraga's adaptation works, and if he adapts to him, good night Dabura. Now, how likely is this? I don't know, but it does seem to fit rather nicely in places. Again, explaining why they thought she could have some chance against Dabura, but it would also explain just why she's doing this, right? Yuka only having a few months left to live maybe wouldn't care that she would have to sacrifice herself by ritually summoning Mahoraga, because let's be real, she doesn't have it tamed, and then basically just, you know, giving her life in order to take Dabura's. Now, how would that work in a trial by combat if both participants die? I don't know, but we're not worried about that. Okay, so now just grant me that all of that happens, okay? Yuka ritually summons Mahoraga, drags Dabura into the ritual, and things go crazy. And remember, Tokyo is where this is probably happening, maybe even Shibuya. So we have a rampant Mahoraga running around. What if that's when Yuji shows up, paralleling how Sukuna fought Mahoraga in Shibuya 80 years prior? That would just be so freaking sick, and we get to see Yuji showcase his abilities by just dismantling a Mahoraga. It just seems likely that if Yuji is going to show up, it would be during this trial by combat, either to take Yuka's place entirely or to perhaps stop the combat once it started. And again, just how sick of a parallel would it be if we throw Mahoraga into that mix?